We'll get to that in just a minute, but we do hope you brought those holiday decorations and bins inside last night. We woke up to some extreme wind across parts of Colorado. High wind warning was in place for most of the morning. Both the foothills and high country saw some big wind gusts today. Even meteorologist Jaden Knowles had trouble standing up on Hurricane Hill near Netherland this morning, and he's sturdy. Played college football. So, if you're going to knock that guy over, you're going to be some gusty winds. Take a look.
The name is definitely living up to it. Sorry if you guys can't hear me, but you can see the environment that we're having right now. That's the reason for the high wind warning, and that will continue as we head into the afternoon hours.
Like I said, his coat was blowing all over the place, but he was standing right there.
Yeah, and he's used to running right through
Absolutely.
everything.
Big guys. So he was blown around there. The good news is those winds have died down this afternoon, and Jaden is in and warm and probably taking it easy for the rest of the afternoon.
Let's hope so.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Phil Lipoff.
Like a recovery from his old football days. I'm Kim Christensen. Denver didn't see too much wind today. That was kind of weird. It was breezy, mostly mild though. It was actually kind of warm in the city. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin right now. So are we in the clear yet, or is it still?
Well, first, can I just say, Jaden did such a great job, but that's why we send the young ones out into that. You know what I mean?
We've done those days, Kathy.
Yeah. Kim and I, we have done that. And so now the young ones get a chance at it. But he came in today with a fresh haircut. And I was like, Jaden, you're looking good. And I think that wind, he was just like, I'm not going to deal with this. Could you imagine, Kim, if you and I were out in that wind? I don't even want to think about it. And Phil, yeah, the winds are going to slowly ease tonight, but the warning continues till midnight. The problem, this pattern persists, and we may see additional wind event developing tomorrow night into Thursday, and additional wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. The higher terrain areas have seen a mostly cloudy day, as has Denver. Our wind here has eased somewhat, but mostly cloudy skies, and then you have snow and blowing snow. That made for a really tough day on I-70, but folks are still skiing. You can see them coming down off the hill here, braving the elements like it isn't anything to worry about. Here are your wind gusts. Phil, check this out. Clear Creek County, 90 miles per hour west of town. Jefferson, 87, 85 Berthoud Pass. Imagine trying to drive in that, and then you have snow blowing around. 68 mile per hour winds in Fort Collins. So Kim, how you had no wind at your house last night, I don't know, because this is crazy, right? But the winds are warm and downsloping, so we're at 61 this hour in downtown Denver, but the wind is still howling. The vivid red, the worst of it. 55 gusts over Wilkerson Pass, 55 in Dumont. Look at the wind up around Sterling, Cheyenne, Buckeye. So this warning extended out until midnight tonight. So secure the patio furniture, the decorations like Phil mentioned. Your garbage cans are going to be in Kansas if you don't. We'll have much more on the wind forecast coming up in just a bit.
Kathy, thank you. State legislators are raising questions today about an abrupt leadership change at the Colorado Parks and Wildlife. The agency has been in the news, as you know, because of the role in its overseeing of the controversial reintroduction of gray wolves here into the state.
And now it has a new interim director hired without the job ever being advertised. Investigative reporter Kevin Vaughn joins us. Kevin, a lot has changed at CPW, and it's been quick.
Well, Kim and Phil, first, the director who oversaw the state's wolf reintroduction program since 2023 abruptly agreed to resign instead of being fired. And the same day a state official signed documents making that official, the agency publicly announced his replacement. For 2.5 years, Jeff Davis was the director and the face of Colorado Parks and Wildlife, a job intertwined with the controversial and in rural parts of the state unpopular reintroduction of wolves. Now he's out. A temporary replacement is in, and documents obtained by 9 News Investigates leave questions unanswered about the abrupt change in the agency's leadership, a decision questioned today by members of the legislature's Joint Budget Committee.
I understand that the executive director can hire an interim director, but I'd like to know why they didn't consult with or have a discussion with regard to the dismissal of the former director, Mr. Davis.
So I'd like to know if the department plans to use the same process that it's used in the past in consulting with the commission.
None of that is clear. What is clear is that about 2 years after the first wolves were relocated to Colorado, the issue remained difficult to navigate with Davis on point. October 10th, the head of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service scuttled a Colorado plan to get wolves from British Columbia. November 15th, Washington's Fish and Wildlife Commission considered Colorado's request for wolves,
I don't believe that that is the right way to go.
but turned it down on an 8-1 vote. Exactly a week later, on November 22nd, Davis resigned in lieu of termination, accepting a 5.5-month appointment as the senior policy advisor to the head of the Department of Natural Resources, Dan Gibbs. That department operates Colorado Parks and Wildlife. Gibbs signed the agreement, which prevents Davis from suing, November 25th. That same day, the Department of Natural Resources announced that retired Army Major General Laura Clellan would take the reins as the acting director of Colorado Parks and Wildlife. But documents obtained by 9 News Investigates show that she didn't sign her employment agreement for more than a week. We have requested interviews with both Jeff Davis and his successor, Laura Clellan. Both of those requests were denied. We should note that Clellan's employment agreement does not specify how long she could serve as the head of Colorado Parks and Wildlife. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Wow, Kevin, this is so strange, especially because we've been so focused on the wolves and talking to the people on the ranches and everybody else that have been dealing with this problem. I guess we should have known that there were going to be leadership issues as well.
Well, Kim, the thing is, we've asked a lot of questions, and unfortunately, many of the answers have just led to more questions, and there's still a lot we don't know about this situation.
Transparency has not been key, that's for sure. All right, thank you, Kevin. The Adams County Sheriff's Office is mourning a commander who passed away while on duty today. The Sheriff's Office says Commander Carl Smalley was found dead this morning near Box Elder Creek in Watkins. He served the department for more than 30 years, was commander of District 5, overseeing the Watkins and Strasburg areas. His passing is being treated as a line of duty death. Funeral details will be announced later. Smalley was 67 years old.
Lakewood police tell us they have arrested a woman they say caused a deadly crash last month. It happened at 6th and Kipling on the weekend after Thanksgiving. Police say 20-year-old Ella Cromwell, you see there, was driving drunk and speeding when she slammed into another car, killing a woman inside it. Police arrested her, they tell us, later that same day. She's charged with vehicular homicide and assault, reckless driving, DUI, and underage drinking.
And new numbers from CDOT show impaired driving deaths in Colorado are finally dropping after a record high in 2022. CDOT says so far this year, 205 people have been killed, though, in impaired driving crashes. Last December alone, 14 of the state's 45 traffic deaths involved suspected impairment. So with holiday travel picking back up, CDOT and Colorado State Patrol officials say crashes and DUI arrests are most likely to climb. They're reminding drivers to keep Colorado roads safe by planning a sober ride home.
Today is Colorado Gives Day. Nonprofits across the state count on your donations to help them out. Specifically today, among those nonprofits is Animal Friends Alliance in Fort Collins. The animals you see on your screen are currently up for adoption. How cute is that dog? The shelter hopes they will be part of your holiday giving today. They're looking to raise about $100,000 to support homeless pets and the people, of course, who love them. You can find a list of organizations on coloradogives.org.